Imagine you're invited by someone rich and famous to spend a sunny summer afternoon on their fabulous yacht. No sooner do you head out to sea and the skies suddenly become dark. The rough waves throw your boat against the rocks and you find yourself stranded. Suddenly you spot the Coast Guard. Everybody cheers. You're rescued! But wait, does it always feel that good to be rescued?
Now imagine you've been looking forward to relaxing all Saturday afternoon by working on a 500-piece puzzle. You open the box and get right to work. You're almost finished, but you can't find the last piece. As you are searching high and low, your friend suddenly cries out, "I found it! You are rescued!" And they quickly place the final piece in the puzzle. Let's be honest, there are times when we just don't want to be rescued. Our kids can feel the same way. When children are working on learning a new dressing skill, we often encourage them to start the activity. As they find it challenging and become frustrated, we step in, rescue them, and finish dressing them. But is there a better way? Yes, there is a better way. Occupational therapists use backward chaining when teaching dressing. Backward chaining allows children to be successful as they learn to dress themselves. Here is how backward chaining works. First, break the dressing task down into small, manageable steps. Then, you will complete all but the very last step, allowing your child to complete it. If your child is already able to do some steps, stay with them while they do that part and take over immediately when the task becomes too challenging. Make sure that you leave the last step for your child to do by themselves, and that the last step is just small enough so that your child will be successful. Occupational therapists call this the just right challenge. When the child has mastered that step, back it up and allow your child to complete the last two steps on their own. Let's look at an example of your child learning to take their pants off. You may pull their pants down to their knees while saying, "Down to your knees," and then pull them down to their ankles while saying, "Down to your ankles." You can finish the activity by saying, "Now you pull them off," and your child then proceeds to take their own pants off. Instead of rescuing your child, you have set them up to succeed. Your child has learned one step in taking their own pants off. If this is still too difficult, it may be necessary to make that final step even simpler. For example, you may pull the pants off of one foot by saying, "One foot out," and then say, "Now you take your other foot out."
As your child has success, you will back it up and allow them to do the last two steps.
Undressing is usually much easier than dressing, so try it first. You may want to start with the socks. Shirts tend to be the most difficult article of clothing to remove, so save this skill for later. Here are some tips that can make learning to dress yourself more successful. Short clothes are easier than long clothes, so try short pants or pajamas first, and t-shirts before long sleeves. Practice with loose-fitting clothing. Pajamas are usually perfect. Snug clothes are harder to put on and take off. Elastic waistbands work well. Try to avoid clothes with buttons and zippers as you start out. Your child may have more success if they are sitting down on a chair or sitting on the floor and leaning against the wall. Sometimes being in front of a mirror can help. Your child will need lots of extra time as they are practicing dressing and undressing. Think about those times in the week when you have a little bit of extra time. Avoid the times of the day when you're in a hurry. It's okay if you still need to dress your little one in the morning as you rush out the door. Remember to think about what motivates your child. They may be more excited to practice undressing if it means they get to have a bath after. They might want to try putting on their own pajama pants if they have their favorite character from a TV show. Keep in mind their sensory preferences and be sure that you practice with their most comfortable clothing. If your child likes to play dress up, This is another great way to get in extra practice time without any of the time pressures of daily routines. As your child has more success with dressing and undressing, introduce a visual schedule. This will help your child develop more independence in the dressing routine.
Finally, preschoolers may not have success with zippers and buttons. That's okay, and many will learn these skills when they enter school.
So this week, think about what my child can do already. What piece of clothing can we work on together? What steps will I do? And what steps will my child do? And how can I make this the just right challenge? And when will we practice this dressing routine?
Thanks for watching!